Today, we're basically people from Malaga, locals are basically demonstrating against like what we feel is like an invasion and the lack of measures taken by the town hall. We feel like we're being excluded and pushed out of our city, the city that we work to grow and enhance in favor.
On the 9th of this month, 2,800 Barcelonians set out into the street to protest against tourism. That reminds me of the protest that also took place in April in Canary Island, where 57,000 people headed out into the street to say no to tourism. What about the one in Malaga and what about the one in Palma de Mallorca that involved 10,000 Spaniards saying no to tourism? And we are like, are the Spanish people telling the tourists, gracias, pero no gracias? That means thanks, but no thanks to tourism? Well, let's see what it entails.
It's not the sort of welcome American visitors expect. Tourists abandoning their tables as protesters squirt them with water guns.
No estamos en contra del turismo, estamos en contra de un modelo que nos ha llevado al deterioro de nuestra tierra, de nuestra gente, porque la ganancia y el crecimiento del turismo no se ve reflejado en la sociedad.
Porque necesitamos un futuro para nuestras islas, un modelo diferente, poder tener casas, poder vivir aquí en nuestra isla y no tener que irnos fuera.
Are the Spaniards trying to tell the tourists, gracias, pero no gracias? We don't want tourism anymore. We don't want your money anymore. Is that what the Spaniards are trying to tell us? Hey guys, you're welcome to Ninja Nomads. This is a channel whereby we talk about the travels, the culture, the tourism, and all you have to know about moving and living in Spain alongside other good countries that you want to get more information on. So this video is born out of a place of concern. And I'm like, what really is the issue behind these protests in almost all of Spain? It was recorded that 82 million people have visited Spain since 2019, coming in as tourists. And you can see them in the beaches, you can see them going out, you see them participating in festivity. These are the people that just want to have a taste of the life of the Spaniards. Of course, we all know that Spanish folks are living the best of lives in terms of life healthiness, in terms of environmental eco-friendliness, and the rest of the world wants to have a taste of this beauty. And now the Spaniards are saying, gracias, pero no gracias. That means thanks, but no thanks. You can keep your money. We are saying no. Well, guys, it's actually concerning because some tourists were sprayed with water guns in Barcelona. And the internet went crazy. People were like, shun Spain, boycott Spain. We are no longer going to come to Spain. And tourists are indeed angry. So let's take a look at tourism. Like I said, tourism is one of the one of the money making scheme of Spain. Like it's one of the things that contributes to their GDP. Yes, that's the word. It contributes highly to the GDP of Spain. Yes, the people benefit from it, the industries benefit from it, businesses, even the government, even the lowest business owner enjoys this benefit. And so far, I have been looking at the good side, having to interact with tourists from different countries, meeting them in meetups and all whatsoever. And I'm like, what is the dark side of tourism? I had to take a deep look and another deep look. And I saw and noticed that many of the Spaniards are complaining of one major thing. Yes, the housing system. You guessed right. The housing system is giving the Spaniards a lot of headache. And what is the issue behind it? Many Spainers now have their houses. People that own houses in Spain, the landlords of Spain, prefer to give their house on short-term basis. If you watch the video I made on the housing in Spain, you notice I made this statement and I was kind of wondering what the future is gonna look like. I had none of this intention in mind. I had none of these experiences that are just happening now in mind when I made that video. If you haven't seen it, go and see it so you know the reality of housing in Spain. And people were saying, okay, the tourists are coming. Most of the landlords prefer to give their houses on short terms. Yes, short terms, which is less than 31 days. Yes, that is a short term rentage. And the people that want to rent in long term, they do not have the opportunity to get the house that they want to live. And even when they get these houses, it's erroneously expensive, which is way far beyond the basic cost of living for a typical Spaniard. And we are like, what is happening? I have also experienced it because for some months now I've been searching for the my perfect kind of house, and I haven't seen because the ones I want might be too expensive, and the ones I really don't like are kind of giveaway prices. So the Spainers are complaining. I've had interactions with most of them, and they are like, "Oh, these people are pushing us away from our city. We can't even enjoy our city anymore. There is too much crowdiness. They come to the city, they mess it up, lots of noise. They make noise, and take over the housing. The Spainers now live in neighborhoods that are outskirts of the city, and most of the people you see in the main city of all the Barcelona, Madrid, Valencia, they are not Spainers. They are tourists and people from other nations, expats who have come to live and work in Spain or probably visit. And the Spainers are not really taking this nice. So, what is a backlash? The backlash of this is that there is now a kind of agitation from the side of the Spaniards. Like this outbursts of anger, outbursts of resent. You see it on social media, you see it physically, and sometimes most of them do not know the difference between a tourist and somebody who has come to live here. Because obviously, if you stayed here more than 2 years living here, you're no longer a tourist. You can't be referred to as tourist. So when they see you, they'll be like, go home, and they like, leave our country alone. But the thing is that all this backlash, all this agitation, is the government really doing anything about it? Like, is the government really hearing what the people are crying for? Well, we'll see. So, guys, I will read from the horse's mouth. It says that Barcelona's mayor, Jomen Colboni, announced that more than 10,000 short apartment renters will be banned by 2018. Yes, could that be the solution? Well, let's see. In San Sebastian, the size of tourist group in the center has been limited to 25 people, and the use of loudspeakers during guided tours has been banned. Is that really the solution? Well, we'll see. Sevilla is considering changing charging non-resident a fee to enter its landmark Plaza de España. Wow. Barcelona removes a bus route popular with tourists from Google Map to try make room for more locals. Housing Minister Isabella has acknowledged the need to limit tourist flats while also acknowledging the importance of tourist sector, which accounts for 12.8% of Spain economic activity. Guys, I see fingers pointed at stories. Well, are they really the problem of the housing system in Spain? If you ask me, in my humble opinion, I don't think tourists are the problem of Spain. I don't think tourists have anything to do with this. Because the reason I'm saying this is because the housing system, most of the houses are owned by Spaniards. It is the Spaniards that are renting out houses in short terms in enormous amount, like they want to make all the money in the world in 1 month. And that is why when I saw that the government of Barcelona is withdrawing the licenses of these people by 2028, I was a bit elated because I know that that is one of the major problems. Like, if the short term houses can be converted to long term houses and allow the tourists to go to hotels or probably build more hotels for them, I think the solution will be solved. Because why will you give a house that is meant to house people for a long time to somebody that is just gonna stay for a short while and go? Meanwhile, people are looking for houses to stay to contribute to the economy, and they can't find any. So I feel, in my own humble opinion, the tourists have nothing to do with this. The government is already putting their house in order, which is very good, and they should continue to solve the problem from the grassroots. I also read somewhere that more houses are being planned to be built, and that is a good one. I see the comments on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, people saying, "Go home, tourists, go home." Well, they hate against tourists, and the tourists themselves are like, "We are no longer coming to Spain. We are moving to another country to have a vacation. Boycott Spain, and boycott Spain." What then is the future of tourism? Well, I think the government is able to handle this, but I am worried for the future. I am worried about the future of tourism in Spain because when you make people feel uncomfortable, they move elsewhere. But who am I to say things that maybe you have not? When you make people feel uncomfortable, they move elsewhere. Yes. And besides, there are other countries that give the feel of tourism just like Spain too. Somebody was saying Portugal is almost similar to Spain in architecture. Well, I wouldn't want to go much into that, but I encourage the government to do look something into the housing system and in short rentals in all of Spain, the Airbnb should be limited. Okay? That is my own 2 cents. But what about you? What do you guys think about it? Do you think Spain is handling this issue well? Do you think the tourists went too far? Do you think there is more to it than just spraying people with water guns and all that? Well, I leave the ball in your court. Do not fail to leave your comments and subscribe. I'm hoping to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.